In a moment that blended the raw edges of personal heartbreak with the performative flair of live television, Dakota Johnson stepped into the spotlight on Saturday Night Live, forging an unexpected and poignant connection with musical guest Lily Allen. The scene unfolded during Allen's performance of her track, Madeline, from the album West End Girl, a song steeped in the murky waters of infidelity and emotional reckoning. Johnson, fresh from her role in the upcoming Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery, where she shares the screen with host Josh O'Connor, emerged from behind a curtain to embody the titular character, delivering lines that cut to the core of betrayal's aftermath. What began as a scripted interlude evolved into something profoundly real, culminating in a tender kiss on the cheek and a lingering hug that left the audience breathless. Allen's Madeline is no ordinary pop ditty. It's a hybrid of song and theatrical vignette, confronting the specter of a woman named Madeline who allegedly entangled herself with Allen's then-husband, David Harbour. The lyrics and dialogue weave a narrative of consent, deception, and the fragile trust that binds relationships. As Allen's voice soared with a mix of defiance and sorrow, Johnson's entrance added layers of dramatic tension. Seated initially in shadow, Johnson channeled Madeline's conflicted remorse, her delivery laced with the authenticity of an actor who has long explored themes of emotional turmoil in films like Suspiria and The Lost Daughter. "I hate that you're in so much pain right now. He told me that you were aware this was going on and that he had your full consent," she intoned, her voice steady yet laced with vulnerability. The words hung in the air, a direct confrontation with the audience's voyeuristic gaze into private pain. Johnson pressed on, her lines probing deeper into the ethics of honesty. "If he's lying about that, then please let me know. Because I have my own feelings about dishonesty. Lies are not something that I want to get caught up in." Here, Johnson's performance transcended the sketch. It echoed her own public persona as a candid voice in Hollywood, unafraid to discuss mental health, family dynamics, or the pressures of fame. As the star of The Materialists, a film delving into modern romance's complexities, she brought a meta-layer to the role. Madeline wasn't just a fictional mistress but a mirror to the blurred lines between art and life. Emerging fully into the light, Johnson sealed the moment with a gentle kiss on Allen's cheek, followed by an embrace that felt less like choreography and more like solace. The two women, bound by this shared fiction, conveyed a sisterhood born of shared wounds, their hug a silent acknowledgement that art can heal what words cannot. This interlude was no isolated act. It dovetailed seamlessly with Allen's broader set, which nodded repeatedly to her marital upheavals. Transitioning to Sleepwalking, another track from West End Girl, Allen laid bare the disillusionment of a union gone adrift. The lyrics paint a portrait of eroded trust. "Looking back, it's so absurd / course I trusted you and took you at your word. / been no romance since we wed. / but you let me think it was me in my head / and nothing to do with them girls in your bed." Sung with a husky vulnerability that has defined Allen's career, from her cheeky debut Alright, Still to the introspective No Shame, the song transformed the stage into a confessional booth. Allen, daughter of actor Keith Allen and sister to filmmaker Alfie, has always worn her scars as badges, turning tabloid fodder into fodder for her music. Her marriage to Harbour, the Stranger Things star known for his brooding intensity, was once a fairy tale of industry love, but whispers of infidelity have shadowed it, fueling tracks like these. Johnson's involvement amplified the emotional stakes. At 36, she carries the weight of her own lineage, daughter of Melanie Griffith and Don Johnson, yet has carved a niche as an indie darling with a penchant for roles that unpack femininity's darker facets. Her SNL appearance, tied to promoting Knives Out 3, showcased her versatility, from scream queen to comedic foil. Yet in this sketch, she was neither. She was a conduit for Allen's truth, her kiss and hug serving as a radical act of empathy in a format often criticized for its edginess over depth. The audience's reaction, gasps turning to applause, mirrored the catharsis on stage, a collective exhale in an era where celebrity disclosures feel both commodified and courageous. To understand the depth of this moment, one must contextualize it within the landscape of SNL's musical performances, which have long served as platforms for artists to bare souls. From Adele's tearful tributes to Taylor Swift's narrative epics, the show thrives on vulnerability. Allen's choice to dramatize Madeline via Johnson was a stroke of genius, blending theater's intimacy with music's universality. The curtain conceit evoked the Wizard of Oz or Greek tragedy, pulling the mistress from obscurity into judgment. Johnson's lines, probing consent and lies, resonate amid #MeToo's lingering echoes, challenging listeners to interrogate narratives of blame. Was Madeline complicit, or a pawn in a larger deceit? The ambiguity lingers much like the song's unresolved chords. Alan's West End Girl, released amid personal turbulence, marks a maturation in her artistry. Once the poster child for Britpop irreverence, she now grapples with motherhood, sobriety and relational fractures. Sleepwalking extends this thread, its verses a litany of gaslighting and regret. The line, "Nothing to do with them girls in your bed," indicts not just the cheater but the self-doubt it breeds, a universal ache that Johnson with her hug seemed to absorb. Their embrace, captured in freeze frames of tenderness, humanized the spectacle, two women, flawed and fierce, choosing connection over isolation. For Johnson this was more than a guest spot. Her filmography, 50 Shades Trilogy's exploration of power dynamics, Cha-Cha Real Smooth's quiet heartbreaks, prepares her for such rawness. Promoting Wake Up Dead Man, a whodunit laced with social satire, she infused the sketch with meta-humor, her kiss a subversive twist on betrayal tropes. O'Connor's hosting debut added levity, but it was the women's alchemy that stole the show. In the aftermath, this poignant interlude invites reflection on art's role in processing pain. Alan's songs, Johnson's embodiment, they transform private agony into public poetry, fostering empathy. The kiss, soft against the cheek, wasn't romantic but redemptive, a gesture saying, "I see you." As SNL fades to commercial, the moment endures, a testament to vulnerability's power. In a world quick to judge, it whispers. Sometimes the deepest stories are shared in silence, sealed with a hug.